Salutations, everyone. Welcome back to EU4. I'm Lord Forwind. We are here as Bohemia, conquering things. We control Hungary, who is very rebellious. We are spreading the Hussite faith. It's actually far more impressive than it looks at the moment. We're a great power. We're doing well. We're making progress. We're almost done the defensive ideas tree. We're working our way down the religious tree. Podebran is still alive, although probably not for much longer. His heir kind of sucks, though, but we'll have to deal with that. We just eliminated Saxony, so there's a new elector in town. And we forced Hussitism on a lot of our neighbors. Not all of our neighbors, but a lot of them. And currently I am waiting, well, going to be waiting quite a few years here for aggressive expansion to tick down, and then I'll probably mess with Brandenburg. Looks like a good target at the moment. Brunswick wants the alliance back, sure. I just had to fight them in a war, so. Oh, and the other thing I need to do, if possible, is ally the Ottomans. There we go. Ottomans are allies. Awesome. So that should, strong word here, should cement this as our southern border. I shouldn't have to worry about this unless the Ottomans pick a fight with Poland, which of course I hope they won't. Take that off there. Put it on aggressive expansion. Poland would break its alliance with me because of my friendship with the Ottomans. They don't like my army strength. For some reason, they're complaining about me not having a navy, too, which is hilarious, considering I'm in the middle of Europe. Losing Poland, though, would be problematic, so I hope I don't lose them as an ally here. Lost them as an ally. Shoot. Okay. Well, you know what that means. Time to enforce a personal union on them at some point. And what also it means is, hello, Russia. Want to be friends? So far, the Ottomans and Muscovy don't hate each other. So that is cemented. Right now, Eastern Europe should be pretty stable between this alliance. There's no minor nations, so it's all the HRE at this point. Blasphemy. Okay, that's Polish diplomacy again. Obviously, I can't afford to try and enforce a union over Poland at the moment. It'd be pretty stupid. The aggressive expansion is quite high. It goes down at a fairly decent rate. I'm going to swap back to this guy, even though he's old, just to lower aggressive expansion faster. Yeah, 3.6 versus 3.3. It's not the biggest difference. It's also not the smallest difference. To get that land. Okay. I think we should work towards Bohemian Crystal. I have to improve this 5 times. The other one is this one, 5 times. Don't have a production building there. Might wait till I have a production building so I have a chance of getting the double development. In fact, everywhere I have a production building, I should be attempting some development. I know it's wasting my Diplo power, but double stuff is really useful. Is this convertible? Not for another 9 years. Okay. Shoot. Austria is now supporting the independence of Hungary. So that is 70,000 troops on top of Hungary's. It's going to be hard for me to keep Hungary as a subject at this point. I'm basically going to have to beat Austria in another war or something, so they have to peace out. Or they can't support a war on me. It's going to be difficult, though. And my army lost it because it marched too fast. Okay. Interesting enough, Poland still came to our aid there. Toss one on neighboring countries, I guess. So neighboring countries and allies. These guys are not particularly happy with us, are they? Well, thankfully, we're basically totally supportive of any Christian denomination in Europe, which is nice. I really love a different air. I think I've got to go with 8. I mean, if I don't like 8, I go for it. I get 3, and then I'm really in trouble. One more development here. 2 more development there, actually. There we go. And if I control 3 provinces which produce glass. I do not. Is it worth waiting for it? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth waiting. Especially because now we can trigger Golden City in Prague itself. We don't get the Splendor, but honestly, Splendor's not worth worrying about. That should help a lot with my income. Yeah, almost 2 gold increase. Okay, that is it for military ideas. Good. More importantly, I get slightly larger garrisons. And Podebrand died. Stay true to Christ. Hussite rule. That is a pretty terrible air, let's be honest. I'll stay with the Poda brand for now, but I will get rid of that heir. 7 is not worth it. Now, in a long string of theoreticallys, I could, not that I'm going to, develop enough Hungarian lands that even with all those negative modifiers, they would be positive. But I'd have to do like 25 developments. Now, I could develop these northern provinces, say 20 times, and then I can seize them as part of the seize Nitra decision. Is that worth doing? Pretty terrible land to develop, but let's see how that works. Unfortunately, that's at most I could do 5, 6, 7. It's only 35, right? It's not going to make a difference. Honestly, favors are going to do more than spending development at the moment. Oh wait, this guy's not Hussite. That admin penalty. Sheesh, that was expensive, that admin cost. Hated doing that, but the last thing we need is more internal revolts inside Bohemia. Apparently it gives us the mission that we create Vladislav Hall, even though I haven't completed the mission for it. However, we now have the ability to do Holy Wars against other people. Okay. So these 3 points are kind of useless at this point. But I think I will keep it on for a while yet. After all, there will be lots of different religions in the HRE. We know how this goes. There's always plenty of them. Now, the other problem is, due to Hungary's rebelliousness, I can't really vassalize Poland or subject Poland through a union. There would just be, it would be too much. So instead, I'm stuck in the HRE for a while. $10 would erase most aggressive expansion. 9 years or less in other cases. Guy was old, that's why I was willing to give him up. Okay, we do have strong duchies on, good. In my opinion, strong duchies might be one of the strongest privileges you can grant out, because getting 2 diplomatic points is, well, extremely rare. Oh, we got a Grand Captain. Oh, actually, I'd rather have that guy out right now. There we go. Victory there. Until we can get Hungary under control, I feel we're a little bit stuck. I've got to wait at least 10 years here, almost. But then we're getting closer and closer to the Protestantism and the Holy Wars and all that stuff. There are 60 people in there, and there are 8 heretic princes. I either have to eliminate a lot of people or convert a lot of people. We do have a decent amount of Hussite in this area, but Ansbach is a possibility. I've got to put on this aspect of faith. Now we have permanent CBs against most of our neighbors. Okay, so picking fights with our neighbors for cleansing of heresy. Taking Altmark or Pritznig, or however you say that, would be great. And it would also allow us to pick up Ansbach, Lüneburg, and Goslar, who are all not Protestant either. With, of course, the risk that Hungary and Lithuania and Austria move against us. I think I gotta risk it. If I wasn't rivaled to... If I didn't ally Muscovy, I could get Poland back as an ally. See, the problem is Poland being left alone long enough here is starting to hit their ridiculously OP national ideas. Which is concerning. I'm calling Brunswick for this war, but we gotta get rid of this. Oh, I should have waited 2 months. Oops. Okay. It's always a good start when you stack wipe their army. Try and get some more cannon on the fields. That will be another one of those done. Reduce the inflation there. So military-wise, we should be in good shape. And then we'll get Goslar here, which will also be good. Be nice if there was someone else trying to spread the Hussite faith here. In some ways, my issue is just bordering the nations I want to fight and convert. They're not the most reachable. We just go siege Goslar down. They're the ones we're definitely not taking. Ooh. Tax 15, church power 10. Versus tax 33. But if I become defenders of the faith, we get improved relations. I think we're going to go head of Reformed Church. I don't usually do anything other than the clerical one. But seems worth it this time around. Okay, Goslar fell. Being a free city, they have got a very good chance of surviving while staying Hussite. There we go. Get rid of that. Who else are we at war with? Ansbach, Lunsburg. Lunsburg is going to fall soon. Or Lüneburg, not loons. I don't know why I was talking about birds. Okay, that will be... Oh. Gotta go into the Sue for Peace tree to get this. Okay, that's that one done. So now it's really just Brandenburg. And we have an 8 air. It is an 8 air. Yeah, we take it. I'm not a huge fan of it, but an 8 air is an 8 air. And I need an air. Okay. Ansbach lost theirs, so enforce religion on them. Doesn't enforce it on their subject, sadly, but so it goes. Brandenburg, though, is going to be a little bit more interesting. How much could I take from them? That is as much as I can take from them. 3 provinces. 26 stev. Probably worth it. More importantly, I forced them into Hussite. So that was 3 nations to Hussite. And 3 provinces. We're 1/6 there. We need to be 50% almost. I need to step up my conversion wars. It's just hard with the aggressive expansion. Because I also need to be strong enough that I can then win a war after the Holy Wars. We do border Mecklenburg, which could give us Lubeck. We already have Lunsburg. We already have... It's not that useful. France is... Oh, shoot. France is going to defender of the Catholic faith. Oh. That's going to be a pain. On the other hand, I'm an ally France. I don't think it'll stop them from defending it, but... Oh, it almost does. Almost does. Interesting. I guess I should improve relations with France a bit then. Or just wait for... That was not France. Let's improve the trust of Hungary a bit more. They still very much hate us. 235 or so. I've got to figure out a way to get that army power down. As I said, it might just involve a war against Austria, but... Austria. They don't have the best alliances, I'll give them that. The Ottomans are massively in debt. Burgundy would not join. France would not join the other side. Because they hate Austria. Guess that's a way to get around the defenders of the faith problem. Okay, well, that'll be it for this episode, everybody. Thanks for watching. The rise of Hussite Bohemia is 324. It's not bad. France is 150 ahead of me. So, all told, if I manage to get Hungary, 500-600. Problem is, Hungary is basically a non-entity in this game. Anyway, see you guys all next time. Bye for now.